Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robert Wong. I'm the marketing director for the AkzoNobel's Marine Coatings business. Thank you very much for coming this evening, which I think will be a very enjoyable evening, because we're going to be marking an achievement, a significant achievement, and a landmark moment for both AkzoNobel and our customer, the Grimaldi Group. And first of all, I'd then like just to invite Andre Veneman, or Dr. Andre Veneman, who is AkzoNobel's Corporate Director for Sustainability, to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Very welcome to this location. And I'm delighted to welcome you all here to St. James Court Hotel during this critical week for the shipping industry and for global climate change in this very important meeting of IMO. It's just 1 mile away at the International Maritime Organization's headquarters, where you have the 70th meeting of the Marine Environmental Protection Committee. And I understand the meeting is well on the way, and you are excited about the kind of decisions that will be made or the struggles that are going on. And I think I expect many of you have been here today in this IMO meeting, contributing, listening, or indeed reporting on the pathway to sustainability for the shipping industry. And as we all know, it's a meeting of real significance, one that has the potential to set the course for the shipping industry to take responsibility for reducing its impact on the environmental impact and on climate change. It's also a meeting where the industry, the shipping industry, can demonstrate its accountability by appropriately contributing to help deliver global reduction targets set out in the landmark Paris Agreement. With all the numbers, all the reviews, and I see there are some uncertainty levels, but we see that today the shipping industry is estimated to account for about 3 to 4% of all greenhouse gas emissions, but also with the increased shipping, good for your industry, it could go up to 10 to 17% by 2050. Of course, that would be an unacceptable increase. But I think there is a much more important thought here. The industry has the tools at its disposal to achieve this. Clean technologies can make a real difference in improving the operational efficiencies and reducing the emissions by fuel savings. In our company, we have been now leading in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. We have been leading for about 12 years on sustainability. It took some time, but by today, everybody agrees sustainability is business, business is sustainability. It's not about green, it's about driving the longer-term economic success of the industry. And the initiative we are here to celebrate tonight is an award-winning example of innovation. It was over 4 years ago that AkzoNobel's Marine Coatings Business International embarked on a long and comprehensive and detailed program of research to develop the shipping industry's first ever carbon credits methodology. It was truly a world first. Why did we do this? It is because we wanted to look at ways of making our customers' lives a little bit easier and their business a little bit more profitable and a little bit more sustainable. Yes, we manufacture paints, but we also pride ourselves in offering services and in offering solutions. It's about the performance of our paints. In our company, we are very well aware of the hardships that the shipping industry has faced over the past 8 years. The tough economic and trading environment has presented many significant challenges. However, it has also opened up a window of opportunity for clean technology. Clean technology manufacturers that can provide products which increase efficiencies, reduce emissions and fuel costs. And AkzoNobel is one of these companies, and hull coatings are still the most widely used clean technology within the industry. Sometimes we know upfront investing in sustainability can cost. The payback times are short, but still, while there is a growing appetite to help reduce the impact on climate change within the shipping industry, if it requires upfront capital or if it impacts short-term profitability, then of course it is a tough pill to swallow. Our objective, therefore, is developing a carbon credits methodology. It was to create an added incentive to ship owners to be more sustainable. We wanted to ensure that the ship owners had something that goes beyond just the operational benefits of reduced fuel consumption and emissions that clean technologies can provide. We also wanted to make sure that ship owners would receive a financial reward for making the investment in sustainability by earning real money for the emissions that they take out of the atmosphere. So in May 2014, in this thorough process, together with the United Nations Framework Convention for Climate Change and in conjunction with the Gold Standard Foundation, we launched the carbon credits methodology. And as I'm sure many of you will know, the carbon credits initiative is based on ship owners upgrading from a biocidal coating to a biocide-free and more sustainable anti-fouling technology, such as our award-winning Intersleek range of products. As well as benefiting from the increase in efficiencies that Intersleek provides, ship owners that sign up to the process also get rewards with 1 carbon credit for every ton of CO2 that they reduce. So let's be clear, sometimes people talk about fluffy credits, buying some offsets. Here we talk about a real verified process, a transparent process of measuring the carbon reduction and ensuring credits are given for every ton of carbon reduced. And these credits can then be sold on the carbon markets for cash. They can be used to offset emissions in other areas of their business. They can be stocked for in case the carbon price, and we expect the carbon prices to increase in the years to come. And they can even be used in other industries. They can be used in the aviation industry for their market-based reduction mechanisms. Put simply, our objectives was that ship owners can benefit at least twice from sustainability. This evening, 2.5 years later, I'm very pleased to be standing here with our very esteemed customer, Grimaldi, and to be able to show you the success of our landmark initiative. Grimaldi and AkzoNobel have worked together for many years, and indeed a significant number of their vessels are coated with our most sustainable products. We were therefore delighted when 14 of the Grimaldi vessels were enrolled in our initial carbon credits program. And I'm even more delighted to announce that not only is Grimaldi one of the first ship owners to receive the carbon credits, they also have the record for the largest ever issuance. Their 14 vessels saved a combined total of 109,000, close to 110,000 tons of CO2. That is the equivalent of over 23,000 cars off the roads in UK. Or it is about $9 million in fuel savings. And it also adds up to 109,000, 110,000 carbon credits, which are worth over $500,000. It is a very significant achievement that we are proud of. We hope and trust that our carbon credits initiative creates a foundation for incentivizing more ship owners to invest in innovation, and that it proves that it genuinely pays to be more sustainable. We know there are about 35,000 deep sea-going vessels, 100,000 large vessels. There is huge opportunity. Most of all, we hope that it goes some way to contributing to the creation of great policies for IMO and a better and more innovative and sustainable shipping industry. It therefore gives me great pleasure in calling on Dario Boschetti, Grimaldi Group Corporate Energy Saving Manager, to receive an award for the largest ever issuance of carbon credits for a shipping operator.
Thank you very much and good evening to everybody. We are very proud of this award, and what I can say is that we have installed the AkzoNobel paint on some 50 ships nowadays, and the effect of this paint, I don't want to make advertisement, but in fact it is quite impressive. We have some 120 ships which consume close to 1.5 million tons of fuel per year. So anyway, staying back on this AkzoNobel paint, silicone, in the beginning when we started 5 years ago, it was a lot of laughing about what is this paint that we go to apply on the ship. Nobody was understanding it, because if you touch this silicone when it's dry, it is really rough. So the roughness is very high, you cannot move your finger on it. And that gentleman there, Mr. Spadafora, came to present this, and we kicked him off for the first time. but then we discovered that in fact this really works in terms of lower resistance, because a ship, one of our typical Ropax ship with 8,000 square meters, so I don't know how many football field that you have to move into the water. So the resistance of the roughness of the hull related to the displacement of the ship is very important when you have to look at the power for moving the ship. And what we learned is that the part related to the hull, when it came the legislation, as today there are many people that attend this type of issues, that banned the biocide into some elements. I don't have the English name right now, but when it came into force, that legislation some years ago, then most of the anti-fouling paint lost their power to prevent the attack of the fouling, and that is when we started to see a bad effect on the paint, and when your product started to give really impressive results. And we got in average some result of 9%, 10% on fuel saving after applied, and with a marginal decrease along the next years. So it's difficult to follow a bit the issue, but I had to say that we got a great support with them, with the AkzoNobel, and we are really happy of the achievement done so far together, because it is really a win-win solution, and for this reason we have invited also other friends of the shipping industry, because we really think that if it is sustainable, good for the environment, good for the ship owner itself, and good for everybody, this should be promoted. Thank you.